Welcome to a well-designed home podcast. I'm your host, Melissa Brunk, Principal Interior Designer at Timeless Designs by Melissa. We are a premier, full-service interior design studio serving Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Iowa Great Lakes, Mankato, and Rochester, Minnesota. Our mission is to create enduring, bespoke homes that celebrate a life well lived. With over 20 years of industry experience, we craft personal havens where every detail reflects the essence of your family, evoking feelings of joy, belonging, and pure delight. Join us as we transform the building and remodeling industry, one home at a time, because there's no place like your home.
Welcome to today's episode, a well-designed home podcast. I am your host, Melissa from Timeless Designs, and the red shoe-wearing interior designer because there's no place like your home. Today, we're talking with Kaylee from Cambria. So I'm really excited to chat with you on countertops, wall cladding, all of the places that Cambria can be installed.
Awesome. I look forward to it too. It'll be a good conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so who are you and what's your story?
Yes, I am Kaylee. I am the Eastern South Dakota market rep for Cambria.
Okay.
And Cambria is a quartz manufacturer out of Minnesota. I've been with the company for 3 years now, and I personally think South Dakota has some of the best Cambria partners here. So,
Yeah. Okay. So do you have a background in design or sales, or
Yes.
how does that come together?
Yes. Yep. So I am an SDSU Go Jacks alum. I went to school for interior design, graduated in 2010, and I've had some different experiences with interior design. I've worked retail, I've had my own design business, and now here I am as a market rep.
Ah,
So fun transition. I don't work directly with the homeowners in this role. I do support my business partners, being you.
yes.
So it's really fun. I'm still involved in projects, just at a different capacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some new colors.
There are new designs. We just, KBIS just happened a couple weeks ago in Vegas, and Cambria launched 4 new designs. We're sticking with our alloy series, which has some really beautiful metallic veining through it. It's very innovative, new to the market. We brought it out a year or so ago. We also are expanding our satin finish. People are really liking textures right now, subtle
sure.
tones. And so the satin gives that leathered granite feel, that sandblasted marble look. I love. It's a very newest finish too for the quartz world. It's very innovative, and so that's exciting for us too, as the leader in quartz manufacturing, to be able to introduce these new designs and finishes.
So the new designs released at KBIS. So how have they been doing? Is there one clear leader, or?
Well, we have already installed a couple Remington brasses in our territory in South Dakota, so I would say that is definitely a winner. It has beautiful charcoal, chocolate marbling. Again, it has that alloy veining, a very subtle brass tone through it. So I think that one's hitting it out of the park.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
My favorite. It is my favorite. It has that satin finish as well. I'm definitely on that texture train at the moment, so I just love that extra pizzazz it gives.
Yeah, that leathered feel just is so nice. It just is so soft, and with under cabinet lighting, it doesn't glare in your face as much, and it just has such a nice texture.
It does. It gives that matte kind of, like you said, with the glare. It's more of that matte finish where it's not reflecting. But the texture of the satin is very intriguing to touch and look at. So, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Cambria as a whole, what are your goals for this year?
Oh, man. You know, we recently came out, like you had mentioned, with our 1 centimeter wall cladding product. I'm really excited about that this year because it opens the doors up for new opportunities. Cambria is typically known as a countertop distributor. And really, we're so much more than that, especially with the wall cladding now. We're in showers, fireplaces, backsplashes, area where grout is a pain.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to deal with that with our wall cladding. And so this year, I'm just really excited to get the word out about that option. People are reacting really well to it. So
all of the new colors come in a wall cladding as well?
not all of them.
Okay.
So we have 19 designs that are in stock, and those aren't necessarily our newest designs. They are some of our best-selling designs. And then we have another 50 designs that have a 3-week lead time. So as long as we're planning accordingly, there's a great selection.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not a bad lead time at all because generally speaking, once, and you tell me if I'm on track, but it's usually once whatever is measured, countertops, wall cladding, it's usually 2 to 3 weeks before it gets installed, maybe 3 to 4 weeks anyways. And so we have time frame in between.
Absolutely. Yep. We're here in South Dakota, our typical lead time is 3 to 4 weeks from template to install. Busier months, we could see a little longer, but that's pretty true here in our market.
Yeah.
So, yes, as long as you're planning, an additional 3 weeks is not usually the end of the world for a project.
So then in the way of planning, so for countertops, is there anything that needs to be thought out as homeowners are thinking, I'm getting new cabinets and I want to have Cambria. Is there anything that they need to think about for countertops?
I think there's a few things that set us apart when we're talking about Cambria versus other countertops, or even Cambria versus quartz countertops specifically. One of them is what I love to highlight. We are American made. We're the only quartz that is a fully American made product, especially in the Midwest. That's really important to support our partners that are here.
It's made just down the road.
Yes, it's
is pretty amazing.
Most people probably pass the plant on the way to the cities if you're here locally. So that's incredible. We own our own mines. Everything from pulling our quartz out of the ground to finishing it at the plant, we control the entire process. So it's very streamlined and very hands-on. And so definitely I like to point that out. Local family owned. A lot of people start with designs, selecting their design. We have a few different series you can select from. We can always offer pricing based on the series, and the design can be selected at the time of template. If they're, of course we love to pick everything, yes, beforehand, but there is some wiggle room there. I also think, like we said, with the wall cladding, full height backsplashes, that's something to think about too as you're discussing with your designer. Are we wanting grout? Are we wanting more of that clean, just effortless look from your countertops up to the walls? So understanding what your options are. You can do shelving out of Cambria. There's a lot of different ways we can incorporate our product into kitchens and other areas that, you can dream it, we can probably do it.
Yeah, I think I've seen pictures where you've even made sinks out of the material, right?
Yes.
Yep. And so you have this giant island with the waterfall edge, and then the sink is all one together surface. Yeah.
Yes, that is something newer too. An integrated sink, and typically we're seeing that more in bathrooms right now. Just the way that the Cambria needs to be installed to correctly trap that water, but it's definitely, we showed a sink just like that at Kayleigh, so we are seeing that come into the market for sure.
I bet that was really fun being at Kayleigh to hear all of the feedback on, I was there last year, and it must be so fun to hear the feedback on here's the new styles, here's the new designs, and hearing people say, oh, look at this one, or this one's my favorite, or whatever it is.
Definitely. I didn't personally get to go to Kayleigh, but we had a great showing from our South Dakota partners. And I heard they even got a sneak peek of a design launch happening later this year. So I'm a little jealous because that's always exciting.
So stay tuned.
Yes, more to come. Definitely. But yeah, it's a great way to showcase, what's new, and then also see what the market's doing. What are our plumbing partners doing? What are other quartz or stone companies doing. It's such an inspirational
Mm-hmm.
event to attend.
Well, and Cambria goes so hand in hand with plumbing fixtures that
Mhm.
seeing what styles and designs that they have coming to market and then
Yes.
sort of piggybacking on those things together.
Absolutely. Like we said, the alloy metals in our designs, you see
Mhm.
the shift in plumbing from, brass is still popular, but I'm starting to see a lot more nickel and kind of the subtle
Mhm.
silver tones coming back. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, it's cool to see how across the board we're making that shift.
Yeah, it is fun to see sort of that circle of design trends and
Mhm.
how each phase, how it comes back into like
Yes.
a previously relived but new and improved.
I'm still waiting for the 90s red and yellow chicken kitchens. Those have not come back yet. I think we're okay with that, though. That might
Right.
be a lost design.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so do you want to talk a little bit about the process of how Cambria is made?
sure. Yep. So, like I had said, we do own our own mines. So we are harvesting our quartz and we are bringing all of that to our Minnesota plant.
Now, is that worldwide or specific countries?
North America.
Oh, right, because
Yes.
you're right.
Yep, American made.
Right.
Yes. Yep. So yes, great question though. But yep. So we have 2, 3 mines. That's a little above my pay grade. But
Yeah.
I do know we own our own mines. We bring all of the product in then to our Minnesota plant.
Mm-hmm.
What's nice with the plant, it is the only Cambria plant in the world. So everything is processed in
Everything is made there.
everything right there. Yes. And so, as we grow, we have room to grow the plant, but everything is produced in that facility. It's great quality control. From when the quartz comes in, we're testing it. From when the quartz slabs are about to be shipped out, we're testing
Mm.
throughout the process. We're up to 93% quartz. The
Mhm.
rest of our product is pigment and binder. And so we're making a really dense product. It is non-porous, so there's no air holes, there's no fillers in it. And what's unique about Cambria too is that when we stack our slabs in our storage, they do stack horizontally
Hmm.
instead of vertically. So typically you're going to stack on A-frames.
Yep.
Because our product is made so well, so dense, so flat, we're able to stack at a horizontal capacity.
Space saving.
Space saving, huge space saving. And so that's a new innovation that we've recently come out with in the last few years. But that just goes to show we could stack them 100 high
Mhm.
and still pull that bottom slab and
And it'd be
use it.
fine.
Yep. Yeah. So just it's an incredible process. We do offer plant tours to our partners.
Yeah,
And-
it's been so fun to see. I remember like when Cambria first came out.
Yes.
And it was still in the same building, but
Mhm.
this not that it was tiny, but it was much, much, much smaller. And so to go now, it's massive.
It's massive. And I think we have room to double it still. I mean, as we grow as a company, which we've only been around for 25 years, you think of the progress they've made
Mhm.
in that time. It's incredible. And yeah, as the demand grows, we're able to grow with the market, and that's exciting too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned it not being porous.
Yes.
So because it's non-porous, it's
Mhm.
NSF certified, which
Correct.
means commercial kitchens.
Commercial kitchens. Yes,
Mhm.
we are NSF 51 certified. And so what that means is we can actually be the workspace and not just the splash zone.
Mhm.
So since we're non-porous, we're not absorbing any of those, raw materials. If you're in a kitchen setting, healthcare settings, we have a lot of partnerships with healthcare and hospitality because of that rating.
Mm.
And again, because we're non-porous, nothing is seeping into our product. Everything sits on top, and all you need to do is wash it down with soap and warm water.
Mhm.
So
Pretty
very low
maintenance-free.
maintenance. Yes, yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So you work with partners, not
Mhm.
homeowners.
Yes.
But do you have any super fun upcoming projects that you've been working on where you have some really unique Cambria installs?
Well, since we were both at the meeting last night, I will
Yes.
plug the Home Builders Association Parade of Homes coming
Mhm.
up this spring. So far, we are in 5 of those homes
Nice.
and different partners within the Sioux Falls area. And I'm really excited. We have the Remington Brass showcased in one of the homes.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
we will be in one of the brownstones that they're building in Sioux Steel. 1J Homes has this beautiful home that they're going to show with Cambria. We've got, gosh, now I feel like I need to name everyone. I don't want to leave them all out. But we have some really exciting, projects that have a large amount of Cambria. So we're seeing kitchens, we're seeing showers, we're
Mhm.
seeing the full height splashes. So I'm really excited. All the partners who are pairing with us on the parade, they're really
The parade
elevating.
is always such a fun event.
It's so fun. You always see what's new.
Mhm.
It's different every year, and yeah, it'll be great.
So for countertops, do you still see a lot of the waterfall edges? Or what's
Yes.
kind of the hot thing for there?
Yes, I would definitely say waterfall edges are still a big design item right now. Gosh, again, the full height splashes. We're also starting to get into kitchen hoods. We can wrap hoods with Cambria.
Yeah.
And so really it seems like spaces, we do actually have a wet room. So instead of just the master shower,
Mhm.
the entire master bathroom is going to be all Cambria. That's on one
Nice.
of the parade homes, the living door. Ruth Ann will probably want a little love there. But like I said, we're really expanding beyond the countertop. And so I think that's so exciting to see the unique ways that
The
people are
different
using it.
applications, yeah.
Yeah, we just had another project in Sioux Falls where the island, we actually fluted pieces of Cambria
Oh, awesome.
and it was individually installed. Our partners at Creative Surfaces, our install partners, they're
Mhm.
incredible. They very much attention to detail on that. So yeah, really unique ways. It's fun to see.
Yeah. So really, you dream it, you can figure it out.
We can fit. Yep.
One thing I think is really interesting is when you have a kitchen, you have to have seams. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
part of the deal. But you guys take the images of the slabs and you work them around so that you're getting the best matching for, well, we have to have a seam here, but this is how we're going to bring it together so that it looks seamless.
Seamless. Yes,
Yeah.
that is always the goal. Yes, as islands get larger, spaces get larger, it's
Mhm.
hard to avoid seams. But you're right. We do have a program. Especially we use it for our high movement designs
Mhm.
where we will take different slabs, we'll put them together to make sure we're creating that flow where the seam meets. And something to note on that, Cambria does own our fab shop in Minnesota. And so in our market, all of our product is fabricated in Minnesota by Cambria,
Mhm.
shipped to South Dakota, and installed by Creative Surfaces. What that allows us to do versus a traditional fabricator shop you might find locally is that we only charge by the square foot.
Mhm.
So you don't have to buy 2 slabs if your kitchen needs a slab and a quarter.
Mhm.
You're just buying the square foot needed, and we're making sure that we're lining up those design aesthetics. That's all those guys do all day, so they make
Yeah.
it perfect.
Make it look good.
Yeah, yep. And so we're more concerned about how it looks at the end versus what's the best yield
Mhm.
to make the most money type scenario. So it's just another way we're elevating our product to really compete in that luxury category.
Mhm. Can we talk about the yield that doesn't get used and what the purpose is for that?
Sure. Yes.
I think that is so cool. I mean,
Yes.
it's a green product in many ways.
Absolutely. Well, what's nice, typically that yield that's not used is turned into what yards will call a remnant.
Mhm.
We don't offer remnants at Cambria because there's probably a scenario where if we've only used a quarter of the slab, we're going to put that slab back into inventory.
Mhm.
And then when the right project comes, maybe a bathroom vanity, a mudroom, something a little smaller, we'll
Mhm.
be able to utilize that. And that's how we're able to charge by the square foot.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love
So
it.
we use we use as much as we can. Whatever we can't use, scrap pieces and whatnot, it does get crushed, and then we repurpose in different ways.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love
Yep.
it. Okay. Oh,
Ooh. Sounds
here's a
fun.
good question. Okay, so countertops and Cambria,
Mhm.
what is the big misunderstanding that people may have?
Price.
Mm.
I would say, and I think in all fairness, when we were first brought into the market, we are a luxury brand, and with that, comes a
Mhm.
price point in order
Right.
to provide a product to
Of
our
that,
standards.
right.
However, with all the recent, not even recent, but over the past, 4 or 5 years, we've had tariffs, we've had some shifts in our market. Um, us being made in America has been very beneficial, and we're finding that we're not that much more expensive when it comes to our competitive quartz
Mm-hmm.
competitors. And even natural stone, quartzite and marble are really hitting the market hard right now.
Mm-hmm.
And those I've even seen been a little more expensive. And so,
Right. It depends on the price point of
Mhm.
that natural stone and where it falls.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. And so I think that's been a hurdle the past couple of years, is getting the market to understand that no, we're a luxury product, but we can be competitive in pricing. And that does go back to our square footage program versus trying to
Slab
save.
price.
Yeah, yep. And so a lot of things, I love that we're known as a luxury brand because that is what we are. We're
Mhm.
proud of what we produce. We're proud of creating a product that stands by what we say it does. So it's nice to see that we're becoming more accessible to more
Mhm.
people. Yay. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about prep for countertops, but what about
Mhm.
wall cladding? So what if we're going into a wet room or a
Yep.
shower, do we need to have something for waterproofing? What do we need to think about before that?
Yes. Great question. So there are some nuances with our showers. We at this time do not provide a base.
Mm-hmm.
So the homeowner will want to consider, are they doing a tile floor? Are they going to do some type of poured solid base?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you'll definitely will need to have that installed prior to the Cambria. But as far as the rest of the installation, it would be a normal tile, like a tile shower install. We do need to waterproof behind the product. But then we come in, we template, and then the install takes 1 to 2 days if it's, a
Depending
big
on the
wet room.
size,
It
yeah.
could be different, yes. But that's nice too because typically, tile you need to takes a few days to set, and then
Mhm.
you've got to let it dry. You got to come back and grout it. So it could take up to a week or so.
Mhm.
So this is a nice, quicker option as well too.
Yeah.
No grout. Get those wall panels up, easy to clean. It's
Right.
refreshing. So,
So if we wanted a niche in there somewhere,
mhm,
we can make it however we want. Then
absolutely.
can we integrate the lighting into the Cambria for that niche?
Yes. Okay. So good questions. Ooh.
Yes.
Yes, we can do niches. We can do mitered joints. We can do butt joints. And typically, price point will drive those decisions. I think
Okay.
mitered looks really nice.
yeah,
It's just
sharp.
that clean, clean line. Lighting. Are we talking about backlighting or are we talking
Let's
about?
talk about both.
Ooh. Because in a shower, I think if we're talking lighting, there are ways with some of our designs that we can add in a backlit panel.
Mhm.
And so you'll see a soft glow either through the vein or throughout the whole body of the design.
Mhm.
Um, so that's where I see lighting fitting in a shower, because of course it would still have to be protected. But
Mhm.
we've got a great team of engineers and guys that are very well versed in
So we
that.
bring the crazy idea to you.
Yes.
You hand it off
And then
to
I hand it to
them.
them. Yes. And then they come back and they say, all right, reality. But no, they're, like I said, it's a group of engineers, very smart people who have done this for many years. And so if we can't do it, we'll give options as to what could we do.
Sure.
Yep.
So countertops too, we could have that backlit.
Yes.
If we're in a bar,
Yes.
backsplash, backlit.
Yep,
all the
absolutely.
things.
We see that in a lot of commercial applications, accent walls, but then like you said, bars and restaurants, our countertops. It's just a nice way to add a little ambiance to the space.
And there's a new design that's specifically made for
Brighton.
backlighting.
Yes, that was, oh, look at you. I'm so
Yes.
proud. We're doing our job. Yes, Brighton is one of the new designs that we launched at Kayleigh. It is a fully backlit design. So the designs we have right now, more of just the vein would pop through with that light. Brighton, it's going to be the whole design.
It's very onyx-like. I mean, it just is lovely.
Yes, it has, I think, that quartzite feel to it with some of the larger quartz pieces in it. Very subtle movement and veining to it. It looks beautiful backlit. It looks beautiful on its own. So it's kind of a chameleon. I'm excited to see how we use that in the market.
Yeah, because I could imagine having a kitchen where it's a kitchen by day and an entertaining space at night.
Yes.
And so the lights are down low, you have a dinner party, and then your island has this beautiful glow that would just be amazing.
Soft and cozy. And
Yes.
yep. Or you can get the multicolor backlighting and start pumping it, party, whatever.
Right. Whatever floats your boat.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. So for what you do, what is the best thing about it?
I always say my partners. And, that's kind of more on the personal side. I think we have really innovative designers here in my territory who aren't afraid to push the button or, push the envelope. And so what's really neat about Cambria is we have a product that allows us to dream big. And so it's amazing to work with a great product and great designers and to see what they come up with together.
Yeah. Because you get to see it from the initial concept all the way through to completion.
Right. Yes. And so that's fun. I mean, countertops are beautiful, but as we start getting into these unique applications and fluting and backlighting, and I mean, we have the ability to even cut out my brain to cut out Cambria and use for business partners logos, behind their reception desk. And so it's getting more creative and it's getting more exciting to see what people can do with our product.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
Yes.
I forgot about that. The water jetting.
The water jetting, yes.
Where you can have your piece of Cambria and there's enough colors that there's probably everybody's logo color could be included. You could have your logo with the specific Cambria colors.
Yep.
And then backlit.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay. Piece of advice that you would have for homeowners looking to remodel or build.
Piece of advice. Well, one thing I do always like to bring up about Cambria specifically is peace of mind. And so what that means is we have an incredible warranty. We have a full lifetime transferable warranty. Aside from that, we also have a whole team that is there to support our partners and homeowners in the market. And so, you get done with your beautiful dream home and something, heaven forbid, happens. User error, right? We are all human and we can ding edges. We can cause some conflict with our brand new space. What's nice with Cambria is with our customer care team, we're going to assist the homeowner however we need to. So if there's an oops and we get a little chip in a soft area, an edge, we're going to send a team out. They're going to do finish work on it. It's no charge to you as the business partner, no charge to the homeowner. If it happens again in a few years, we're going to come out and do that service work. You're not going to find that a lot of times if there is service work involved. Who are you calling to get that service work done? What are you paying? What's nice when you're buying a luxury product is that you're taken care of for life.
Right.
And so I think that peace of mind that comes,
There's
at the
something
end
to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. At the end of, that long road of building or remodeling is just such a huge piece of it. And you don't appreciate it until
You need
have
it.
to. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. But We even have with our customer care, we have homeowners call in, say there's some stubborn hard water stains.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to need a little more help beyond the soap and water that we recommend for cleaning. They're going to assist that homeowner, walk them through some different cleaning processes.
Because we don't want to put big, harsh chemicals on it,
We
right?
don't. No, there's no need to. I mean, again, non-porous, so there's nothing once you wipe it off with Dawn dish soap. Anything that was of germs or concern are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that is really nice. And no sealing. So the maintenance side too. You
No
don't have to think about it again. Yep. So yeah.
Okay. Anything else we need to chat about?
Gosh. Good question. I think we covered a lot of the good things. What excites you about Cambria as one of my business partners?
Yeah.
Do you have any good?
Well, the no maintenance is a big thing.
Yeah.
There's certain clients that one product is very good for them and another product isn't. And so a lot of times kids, pets, busy people, having Cambria is a perfect fit because it meets all of those goals where you're busy. You have kids. You don't have to worry about it. It's just there to look really great and function really well.
Perform well. Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, it's fun to work together and I appreciate it. Yeah, I just love talking about Cambria. It's such a great product. Again, it's a great family and a great story behind it. So
now, do you know how many people are employed within Cambria? How big is Cambria?
Oh man, that is a good question. In my mind, the answer would be under 2,000 people when we're talking market reps, leadership, fab shop, plant, all of that. But I don't know that answer exactly. Small but mighty is what I would think compared to some of our other competitors. But
so I don't know if you know this or not, but I actually worked for Cambria.
You have mentioned that, but remind me, what was your role?
So it was when the Mankato showroom was fairly new.
Okay.
And so I did the estimates and the showroom sales. And I was there when Nottingham and Victoria were all like brand new colors.
Oh, nice.
So part of seeing it grow was I was there firsthand to see it very beginning. And so the plant tours are very, very interesting because it was, first starting and these are the colors.
Yes.
And then now it's just amazing. Yeah.
Well, and at the plant now too, we do have we've created a space where homeowners, business partners can go see any slab. We have every single design out so they can see a
Is that
full
in the
slab.
big atrium or is that different? Has that changed?
No. When you first walk in, it's right off of that.
Yes.
So yes, yep.
That's a gigantic room. That's so cool because you can see the full slabs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And the flooring is Cambria, the stairs are Cambria. It's a great example of
A different application.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. But then too, that just made me think the slab viewings in the cities we can send people to and get those set up. But we're also really lucky in Sioux Falls to have a really nice gallery, Creative Surfaces.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Thank you. They just remodeled. We have a kitchen with a full height splash. We have a fireplace. There's a shower. We have 10 full slabs. And then I think we have another 20 or so 2-foot by 7-foot slabs. So it gives such a nice visual of what will my countertop look like when it's fabricated. So that is such a great resource. It's open to the public. It's open to our partners. However, it needs to be used to support Cambria.
I love in the showroom where there's all of the colors on the walls. So you can go in and which I love too, they're color coordinated. So all the colors similar are together.
Yes.
And so you can go in and I don't want anything dark. So then you're looking at this section. So I think that's really beneficial for homeowners that maybe don't really know which direction they want to go.
Yes.
But as a design professional, it's also really great to go in and say, okay, well, these are all of the 12 by 12 pieces. I think this is the direction that I want to go.
Area. Yes. And we have great series where We have groups of designs and different price points, but they complement each other. So if, we fall in love with one design, but we need to be a little budget conscious, we could have another design option very close in a different price category. So it's nice to see kind of that intermixing too of options.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to check it out if you haven't been since we redid it this
I
spring.
haven't, and I can't come to the
The
member
spotlight.
spotlight.
Oh,
I will
no.
be
April
gone.
10th.
I know.
Yes, yep.
I will be getting back from vacation.
Well, we'll meet you there, have a
Yeah.
coffee and show it off.
Perfect.
So. Perfect. Well, yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you could come in. Where can everybody find you or find Cambria or both?
Yeah,
Yes.
both. Like I said, I'm the market rep here, so I work with a lot of business partners. So typically, if business partners reach out, email or phone number is best. Otherwise, homeowners will work with their designers and the builders. They'll be able to reach out there.
Okay.
The gallery is also a really nice place to stop on 57th, right by JJ's. Grab yourself a little charcuterie and wine on the way home and check out the gallery. But that's really the best place to start. It's going to give you the best viewing of what we have to offer. And then from there, we'll get you connected to the right person to help support.
Perfect. Website
at CambriaUSA.com.
Okay.
Pretty
It has
easy.
all of the things.
Has all of the things, yes. Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in and
thank
sharing
you.
about Cambria and
I appreciate it.
all of the things.
Of course.
Thanks,
yeah.
Kaylee.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into a Well-Designed Home podcast. We hope today's episode inspired you to take the next steps towards creating the home of your dreams. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. New episodes are uploaded every Friday afternoon for your listening delight. We'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review to help more listeners discover the show. And while you're at it, sign up for our newsletter at timelessdesignsbymelissa.com to have every episode and other design-related items delivered directly to your inbox. Looking for more resources? Download our complimentary guide, How to Hire the Right Interior Designer, on our website to ensure your next project is a success. Stay connected with us on social media. Follow Timeless Designs by Melissa on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube for behind-the-scenes content, design tips, and so much more. If you're ready to start your own design journey or have questions, reach out to us at concierge@timelessdesignsbymelissa.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for joining us on a Well-Designed Home podcast. Until next time, here's to making every space a timeless reflection of you.